Before we start, I have to issue a statement. Last episode, Coach wasn't here. He had an undisclosed injury, and we decided to keep him out to not mess with the flow of the podcast.
Let's see where this is going.
We tried to check his head to take him to an X-ray machine, but the machine didn't work so well. So, that happened. So I'll take any questions now.
Was Coach indeed ready to go? Was Coach cleared?
He could have been, but we decided to keep him out to not mess with the flow of the podcast.
Where was the X-ray machine located? Was it convenient to get to?
It was. We had to go up 46 flights of stairs.
Oh wow!
It's very, very convenient. To you by Foco.com. The holiday season is here, and Foco has all kinds of unique Pittsburgh Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins items. They're the perfect gift for all sports fans. Order today at Foco.com for guaranteed shipping before Christmas. Be the MVP of gift giving this holiday season. And for a limited time, if you buy one bobblehead, you get the second one 25% off. That's www.foco.com, Foco.com. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, part of the Pulse Podcast Network and the Pod Hub Network. In this episode, I talked to Coach Warzu and Mark Hagelauer about the latest controversies involving the Steelers, and we preview Week 15 in the NFL. As always, please follow or subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to this. Don't forget, we're also on iHeartRadio now. iHeartRadio. That wasn't bad. So follow us there. The Donut Bag starts right now. All right, now to do our weekly segment where we preview the week's NFL action. I have Coach and Mark. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Before we start, I have to issue a statement. Last episode, Coach wasn't here. He had an undisclosed injury, and we decided to keep him out to not mess with the flow of the podcast.
Let's see where this is going.
We tried to check his head to take him to an X-ray machine, but the machine didn't work so well. So, that happened. So I'll take any questions now.
Was Coach indeed ready to go? Was Coach cleared?
He could have been, but we decided to keep him out to not mess with the flow of the podcast.
Where was the X-ray machine located? Was it convenient to get to?
It was. We had to go up 46 flights of stairs.
Oh wow!
It's very, very convenient.
I was actually, the X-ray machine it looked actually like the operation game. I believe that's what the Oakland. I believe when you take an X-ray at the Raiders Stadium, the operation game just pops up.
Seriously, it would not surprise me if they were moving stuff around and you just are
So that's the thing. You didn't hear the buzzer, so it was
I didn't see the red nose light up, so we didn't know if everything was okay. Oh my God! So the big question this week is: should Tomlin be fired? Holy crap! I never thought we'd get to this point.
Well, we're here.
Well, we've come a very long way.
We're finally here, guys.
We've come to this point through Le'Veon Bell Avenue. Made it to Tomlin Way.
I've heard it called RibGate, X-ray Gate.
X-ray Gate.
Did you say McRibgate?
I could go for a McRib right now. Maybe that was a problem. Maybe Ben was
too many McRibs.
Maybe he got a got some McRibs from Grubhub or something.
That's where he went. That's why it took him long to get back.
Grubhub order. They delivered his Grubhub order to the locker room.
Yeah.
Uber Eats right to the locker room.
Oh my God. So here's what I'm guessing actually happened. Ben was hurt. They shot him up, but they thought, oh, it's the Raiders. We could just win with Dobbs. We'll be fine. And then they didn't.
Who in this world would have ever expected us to one day say, man, I really wish we had Landry Jones?
I know.
You know what? That's the organization's fault for going into this season with essentially two rookie backup quarterbacks. You know, Josh Dobbs looks so out of place out there.
He definitely did on the road there at that game.
This is his fault for looking so good with that one pass in the Ravens game.
It's just interesting because they almost got away with it. They didn't quite. I'm not sure how much more Landry Jones would have helped because the defense couldn't stop anyone in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe with Jones, you know, he could have actually completed a pass or two and maybe kept the drive alive. Maybe kept the drive going, and bleed.
There's definitely more potential for that. I see what you're saying there. Here's another thing. Their theory might have been somewhat reasonable if you're not also missing James Conner.
That's very true.
If you're missing both your starting running back and starting quarterback, then you kind of got to get starting quarterback back in there, and especially with the way a couple of those drives went. And they probably should have changed maybe some of the play calling to do more quarterback runs because that was pretty much what was working.
I can't believe the guy that only ran 12 times in his entire college career wasn't a good runner in the NFL.
I mean, who would have thunk it?
Oh, man.
That offensive line did not block very well, though. There were no holes for any of the running backs.
What does that tell you? Do you think the field is to blame for all that? Because, I mean, you're talking about one of the best offensive lines in football, and they totally sucked.
I mean, it probably didn't help.
The field was not
because here's the thing. They talk about, Tomlin said the same thing, at least about the field, saying that both teams are playing on it, which is true. But if it's your home field, you know what to expect. And they at least could plan accordingly for that crap field. And, I mean, that was funny. I never thought I'd see, like, 5 people looking like they just came from the airport carrying cleats to a side.
That was crazy.
That was pretty funny. But, yeah, I mean, that might have been part of it. But at the same time, man, they gotta do a little better.
Just unbelievable. I'm still.
There's a lot of scenarios there. I mean, even with how it played out, Ben went in, took him down, took the lead, then the defense cramped out.
I mean, guys, the owner of this team has a haircut from the 70s. I mean, who would have? I mean, what else should we expect? With outdated equipment.
I feel bad for him. I mean, obviously. He has to save money on haircuts and just get that bowl cut like when you were a kid and they just put a bowl around your head. I mean, I feel bad for him.
Man, somebody got to out his barber. Who is it?
Yeah.
I want to know who his barber is.
It's like he's auditioning for Benchwarmers 2 or something.
Man.
But I think they might be using the same equipment for when he was born or something. That might be how they save money.
Could be.
From when Al Davis first took over.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
That's crazy though.
What do they do? They have an Al Davis eternal flame.
Do they?
They I think they like cremate him forever or something, and he's just his fire will burn forever, or until they leave Oakland, which is in 3 hours.
Just leave his flame behind.
Yeah, just leave it there. Oh man, I just can't believe I mean, there have always been a group of people that said fire Tomlin, but they were pretty loud. I mean, national columnists are talking about it now. I mean, it's not going to happen, but holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, I've been one of the biggest Tomlin supporters and apologists over the past, I don't know how many years, but I got to be honest with you. Like, I cut ties. Like, I've cut ties. I can't defend him anymore. I just can't. I mean, listen, there comes a time when you just need a change. Like, the Steelers are so smug that you can't keep doing this. You can't keep saying, oh, we're the Steelers, so we'll let guys coach for 40 years. They can't do it. There comes a time where maybe he can be a good coach somewhere else.
Yeah, you
can't be a good coach here.
Sometimes you get a little complacent. I've compared it with many people multiple times to how Bilesma was with the Penguins, and he had great regular seasons, but wasn't cutting it in the playoffs.
I have another comparison. Because I've been saying that too all week. Is it's not that, you know, people say, how can you say he's not a good coach? How can you get anybody better? But the thing is, we're not saying he could be a good coach, but it's just not working here.
Yeah,
remember,
you need a different voice sometimes.
Andy Reid was a very good coach in Philly, but it got old.
Yeah.
He had to go somewhere else. He's
the
a
same
good
kind
coach.
of thing. Underachieving in, like, you know, playoffs and big games. Sometimes you just gotta.
And coach, you nailed it. The word is perfect. Smug. The entire team is smug.
It's the whole organization. It's the whole organization. It starts with the Rooneys and all the way down. Now Tomlin's the same way. They're all smug. Like, just like this kicking competition, you know, they're going to bring in a bum rookie in Kai Forbath, who kicked his way out of Minnesota, and they're going to line up Boswell and have him kick kicks where nobody can see, and they're going to say miraculously, oh, Boswell was the best this day.
Right.
And then he's going to come out and he's going to kick us out of a freaking playoff game, and then all of a sudden he'll be back again next year.
I wonder what they'll do. I wonder if they'll have a phantom injury and put him on injured reserve, or maybe I heard something about maybe keep him on
pull a Matt Murray on him.
Yeah, or just make him be the kickoff guy or some stupid thing like that. Or
with the Falcons, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the Falcons are kind of screwing us up right now too, because they're rostering Matt Bryant and my man, the Italian Stallion, Tavecchio.
So they have two kickers.
And he's the best. He's the best free agent out there, but they're kind of worried about Matt Bryant. They're not in a playoff race. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not hard to see Boswell winning the competition between the guys that are available, though. Even though
I mean, Forbath is kind of established, but it doesn't make sense to me why they didn't bring in one or two more guys who maybe even haven't kicked in the league yet. Like, you know,
doesn't seem like that much. Yeah, what they brought in? So basically two people they brought in.
Yeah, the kid that got cut by the Cardinals already. He's 5-9 field goals of the year, but 8 for 8 extra points.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it has to do with the time of the year and having at least a little bit of experience. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not really much out there, and I think
in the preseason or off season, you could just bring in a crap load. But
yeah, that is true. There's not, and plus, like, with all the kick, you know, Dan Bailey, all of a sudden he's with Minnesota now, so like there has been some free agents picked over, but Forbath might be, you know, he's Notre Dame guy, you know, he's kicked outside a lot. I'm sure he's kicked, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's kicked at Pittsburgh before.
True.
What annoys me is like, well, he has a big contract. Who cares?
Yeah,
First of all, you saved $14 million from Le'Veon Bell. Like.
Yeah, I think they said it was what, $4.8 million they'd eat or something.
It's not like.
That's next year's cap hit is 4.8.
Not so much this year, but
that's nothing.
No, and if they signed someone else, it'd probably be a relatively low amount, so you could kind of, offset it with the roster spot. But.
And
can it get any worse?
Yeah, that's
can it
the key.
Get any worse?
Yeah.
Do we want to test that theory? That's the thing.
I mean,
honestly, that's probably what they're thinking. Like, do we want to test the theory and have them come out and go 0 for 2?
Exactly.
And all we're talking about is X-ray machines and ribs and kickers. And who do we have playing? The New England Patriots. And we're not even talking about them.
It could be a good thing that they won't be in their head or something as much.
Exactly.
Give me the Pitt kicker over Boswell right now. I will
There you
take the Pitt Panthers kicker.